Elin Nordegren, the Swedish beauty who survived one of the most well-known scandals in sports, is most likely the ex-wife of Tiger Woods. Few people are aware of how dark Ellen's journey has truly been, but underneath the headlines lies a hidden tragedy that almost broke her. Discover the heartbreak that influenced her life behind the scenes by sticking with me through to the very end. Let's get started. Elin Nordegren, the daughter of two nurses, was raised in a small Swedish village outside of Stockholm. She played hockey, excelled academically, and aspired to work as a pediatric nurse. She met Tiger Woods at a charity function in 2003 when she was 23 years old. Although her English was not very good and his Swedish was far worse, they clicked right away. He purchased a vast Florida waterfront estate for her within a year. But despite the idyllic start, her entire world abruptly changed. Elin became pregnant with Tiger's child in 2004 after winning the silent game of his heart. In a private moment that garnered international attention, she gave birth to their son, Charlie, in August 2004 in a posh spa in Florida. She appeared to have it all for a while. A lovely child, a husband who was the biggest sports star in the world, and a comfortable existence. But everything started to fall apart behind closed doors. When authorities discovered Tiger and Ellen's SUV wrecked outside a neighbor's Florida home in late November 2009, a commotion broke out. Infidelity rumors started to circulate right away. Elin, who was by herself and had a black eye, said she used a golf club to pursue Tiger out of the house and down the street. Images of a bleeding Elin with tears flowing down her face on her cell phone went viral in the tabloids. Why would she attack a well-liked athlete? The world felt she was at fault. But as soon as the truth Tiger's numerous affairs was revealed, the public's sympathies instantly turned to Elin. The emotional toll, however, was devastating. Elin left their marriage residence in a matter of days, bringing Charlie along to her parents' Florida home. She was cut off from her pals and her previous way of life by that move. According to insiders, she waited for updates on her marriage for weeks, looking at her phone and holding Charlie at night. According to her friends, she started having insomnia and would lie up at 3 in the morning, reliving her wedding vows and happier times. She was hollowed out by loss and betrayal, according to the therapist she consulted at the time. For a lady who had previously envisioned a peaceful existence in Sweden, the crash was a life-altering event. The divorce between Elin and Tiger was finalized in 2010. She was granted full custody of Charlie and their daughter Sam, as well as a compensation of an estimated $100 million. But her wounds couldn't be healed by money. She began going to sessions with a psychotherapist who specializes in trauma therapy shortly after the divorce. Layers of emotional scars were exposed during those sessions. Trust had always been a delicate concept because her parents had divorced when she was a young child. Her marriage's breakdown triggered childhood sentiments of abandonment, making her more susceptible to depressive episodes. Her friends claimed that she used to cry as the waves smashed at her feet during her lengthy morning runs on the beach, which served as her kind of treatment. Each mile served as both a bitter reminder of what she had lost and a step closer to her past. When Charlie was 5 years old, Ellen's second tragedy came to light. Reports surfaced in 2015 that Charlie, albeit a charming and active youngster, suffered silently from anxiety. Instructors saw that he flinched at abrupt movements, avoided golf clubs and golf courses, and spoke about mommy's tears. A school counselor found out that he had been sketching broken homes, 2 distinct houses with a rip between them. Elin, who had made an effort to keep him out of the spotlight, was heartbroken to learn that her son was still dealing with the pain caused by the public manner their family disintegrated. She brought Charlie to a child psychologist, who worked nonstop to help him deal with his anxiety by letting him know that he wasn't to blame for his parents' errors. Her personal suffering was the source of her protective instinct. She wouldn't allow her children bear the same burden as she had. Ellen's personal mental health issues persisted in the interim. After Charlie was born, she struggled with postpartum depression, according to a close acquaintance, but she swiftly covered it up by claiming to be a famous wife. The depression returned with a vengeance after the divorce. She would refuse to speak on the phone and withdraw for days at a time. When her parents arrived at her Florida home, they would discover her curled up on the couch, too tired to fight the darkness. Elin first objected, fearing negative effects, but when her weeping wouldn't stop, her psychologist suggested medicine and ongoing therapy. She attributes her recovery of some stability to a regular yoga practice and a particular medication. Her journey from broken princess to quiet warrior took years, during which she came to understand that mental health is a means of healing rather than a sign of weakness. We appreciate you observing every painful moment of Ellen's unseen tragedy. If her story touched you, please click like and leave a comment explaining how you've discovered strength in your darkest hours. To ensure that you never miss another story that sheds light on the lives behind the news, remember to subscribe and hit the bell. See you later, and keep in mind that a silent battle might be going on behind the most radiant grins.